Hi guys, I'm glad to introduce to you Mariia Fetisova.
Hello.
She is a game producer at Sperasoft. Hi Masha.
Hello.
How are you?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
Me too, thank you. Masha, please tell me, how did you come to this position of game producer?
I think I have a really straightforward way of getting into producing. I was a game designer for quite a long time, and basically in my game design journey I figured out that I'm more interested in the processes themselves, the team and the final product, rather than design documents and very specific stuff. So after the departure of our franchise producer, I just acquired all of his responsibilities, and so here I am.
What excites you the most to be a game producer?
It's a good middle point between my love for games and my love for very streamlined processes and working around happy people. I'm providing them with all the means necessary for them to do their job well, and I still have freedom of how to shape this product into its final form.
I really like point about happy people.
Yes, I think this is the most important part for me. Yeah, the team needs to be happy in order to provide proper quality of the game.
Could you please explain what game producers do on your own words?
More or less, they need to be the middle ground between the director level and specific people working on tasks to translate everything. Very important guys have in mind who have the budgets to translate this stuff into understandable tasks and understandable vision, and to have this vision unified throughout all of the team. It usually means that you take care of either the whole team or the very specific department. Since I'm coming from the game design department, usually take care of game designers, technical designers. You need to plan their work, you need to estimate scopes, you need to see if there is enough people on board, what can we do within specific budget and specific timelines. You just control all of these day-to-day processes and try not to lose yourself in this high-level vision.
I can't imagine how you can put all this stuff in your head. It's a lot of things to do.
It's still really challenging because you're just one person. It's not like you're a lead designer or lead engineer. You're just the person who connects all of them, and you have opinions, and not everyone is ready to listen to that opinion, so you have to be very specific with the ways you present the information. You need to know who you're talking to and how they respond to different ways of communication. So it's still really fun, but occasionally it's really difficult.
What do you think helps you the most from your background?
I have a technical background, so I was supposed to become a programmer, engineer, but it didn't happen. So this technical background really helped me to understand how the engineering department works. Then when I got a job in game development, I was a QA engineer, so that experience helped me to figure out how QA stuff works. And after that, I spent a lot of time working as a game designer, and game designer usually spends a lot of time communicating with all the different departments. By the time I was year 5 of my game development experience, I got more or less clear understanding of how all the departments work. This overall really broad experience really helped me to come to terms with my current responsibilities.
Do all games need game producer?
Absolutely not. I think game producer is a very specific role that came with the very fast growth of game development teams. If your team is really small and it doesn't have a lot of, external communication with the publisher or something, then you don't need a game producer, especially if you have a project manager.
Can you tell me what project are you currently working on?
I actually have multiple projects right now. One is a co-development project with the external client, and we have 70 people in our team right now. I'm mostly overviewing designers, so game designers, technical designers, a little bit of level designers. We're still hiring because it's still quite a new project. Another project I'm currently at, it's a really big franchise. I also have one more project, but it's more like an overview.
Do you have an opportunity to keep silent after work?
I'm usually keeping myself silent afterward because usually it's like, I'm sitting through all of my, 10 meetings a day, then the last stops and I'm just closing my laptop and I just lying on the ground with my cat and like, yay, now I'm leaving, But I think it's still like a very fun challenge to me to overcome. So it's fun.
What is your main goal in your work?
If we ask Wikipedia about it, it would be to deliver the project on time and on budget. But at the same time, I think that keeping the team healthy and happy is the most important part to me.
As a producer, I try to push features you like.
When the client provides me with the vision of what they want to drive to the game, I can come up with suggestions how and in what ways we can actually deliver that. If they say that this is not something they want, this is on them. This is completely okay. This is part of the working process. Maybe I will cry in a pillow like a couple of times after that, but for sure not more than that.
I wanted to ask you about it. Are you crying because of your work?
Oh my God. This is actually a very good, very deep question because, of course, we're not like saving lives here or something. It's still games, but games is still a really important part of daily life. I sometimes can be a little too passionate about my job and take a little too much, try to do too much, and it can get overwhelming. But still, I am in this industry for quite a long time, so more or less I know my limits now. So crying in the pillow is much less frequent right now than it was 6 years ago or something.
What the key knowledge or skill do you think plays a main role in work as a game producer?
Communication is your basically most important skill you have. You need to be able to listen to people, you need to be able to explain to people, you need to mitigate conflicts. You work a lot with people and everyone is really different and you need to keep that in mind as well. Basically, I think it's a combination of good communication skill like people management and detail orientation and overall understanding of how stuff works within the project.
As a female game producer, have you ever faced any challenges in your work life?
It can be tough occasionally because you always need to prove something. You need to prove that you're knowledgeable enough, that you are just good enough. So it's a learning curve and it also involves a lot of communications with different people of how can you approach them for them to actually listen to you. Sometimes it's just overall bias. It doesn't matter if just age-related, gender-related, whatever related. So you need to be really tough for that. You need to try to distinguish what critique is useful, what not. You need to fight your way to find this opening in communications where you can actually hey, I have an opinion and I think it's a good one, you need to listen. And maybe this is why I stick on Sperasoft that much, because here I finally felt like I am being heard. I had a really amazing team where I grew a lot. I had this amazing project manager and she helped me with a lot of stuff and I'm really grateful to her. She showed me these specific ways of seeing things and not taking them to heart and how to overcome all of those.
What advice can you give for newcomers for game producer position?
I think the most important part is not to be afraid to apply to positions. People always try to find the unicorns for each team, and this list of responsibilities and qualifications, it's a recommendation. It's not the hard requirements. So if you're applying for the junior position, intern position, it's still okay if you're not qualified for 100% of those. If you're not pursuing a university degree, it's still completely okay. You just need to research a lot because some positions don't even require for you to have pet projects. You just need to show that you know about games, you know about games of that specific genre that position is in. You need to have a better understanding of what you want to be and what you want to do. And if you don't know what specifically you want to do, you need to also be clear about that. When I first was getting into game development, I went to QA And even at that specific point, I was like, I need to go into QA because it's like a good entry position and I want to learn about game development, but I want to be a game designer. So at that point it was okay, but I cannot be completely sure that it works nowadays. But yeah, you still need to be very straightforward with what you need, what you can do, and not to feel completely overwhelmed that, oh my God, you need like 10 years experience and nobody wants me. Still apply, it doesn't matter. No one will say any bad words to you if you apply, even if you don't fit that position.
Apart from your professional life, can you tell us about your hobbies?
Yeah, I think one way or another, lots of my hobbies are related to games.
Okay.
Because this is actually the main reason why I came into games, because like, wow, I like games. Maybe it would be even better if I make them. So yeah, here we are. I actually really like to play games, JRPG and stuff like that. Basically all the stuff that I'm not working on. I really love rhythm games, including like these big arcade things where you need to like stomp with your feet. So it's really fun. I'm also currently getting into cosplay. I started to sew my own costumes. It's really fun. I have no idea where it goes, but I'm really occupied with that right now. I'm really into K-pop, the music genre, the South Korean music genre, because it's so much more than just the music itself. I don't know, also I have like the regular people hobbies, like going to the gym occasionally. Yeah, I also have 2 cats that I need to take care of, so I'm mostly working to accommodate to my cats, for them to be happy and healthy. Also anime, I don't know, like who nowadays doesn't like anime?
If you were a game producer of a game about cats or potatoes, what would you choose?
How did you even find out my 2 favorite things in the world? Jesus! What am I supposed to choose in this? I don't know. As a game producer, I would probably try to have both cats and potatoes at the same time, and I'm trying to figure out all the mechanics and like composition of the team I need to create it. Yeah, I think it would be really great to have like a game of like cat cafe and them like producing dishes from potatoes only or something. Do I really need to choose? I don't want to choose. I cannot choose.
You cannot. Your favorite JRPG game?
I can definitely say what my favorite Japanese game is. I'm not sure it can be considered JRPG at this point. I really like Nier Automata. It's not really JRPG per se, but still a really cool game. It has a really great anime going on this year, so you can watch it as well. I'm also a really big fan of Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO. So yeah, I think these are my favorites right now.
Name your most characteristic trait.
Good question. We need to go and ask my teammates about that probably. I think my most characteristic trait would be how outgoing I seem at first. That like because I have to communicate with everyone, I need to keep everyone happy and healthy and whatever. So yeah, this will probably be my most characteristic trait. But at the same time, I'm able to keep my head cool and to not let emotions, mine or any other person involved in this job, to affect the final product. So yeah, it's a combination of 2 of those, I think.
Choose any developer or studio with which you want to create a game.
I'm a huge fan of Supergiant Games, the developers of Bastion, Transistor, Pyre, Hades. But also I cannot forget my love for Japanese games, so it would be really great to work with the Yakuza team. A huge variety of the mechanics present in those games always overwhelms me, but I just want to be a part of the team that works on the karaoke songs in that games.
And my last question,
yeah.
If you will have any superpower as producer, what will you choose?
Having more hours in a day is basic. Really, and I don't think I will really benefit from that. But yeah, it would be great. At least I won't need to choose what specific meetings I need to attend, and I will be able to have a clear.
I
will have a really clear schedule. Like very straightforward. So yeah, it would be great.
Masha, thank you so much. It was a wonderful conversation.
Thank you. I was really happy to be a part of this initiative and to talk more about game development, game design, game production and stuff like that. I still think there is a lot more to say about game producing that I can't say right here, right now. So yeah, if there are any questions, Google it, or if there will be any other opportunities, you can contact me in some ways. I don't know. Maybe not.
Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button and follow us on social media. See you!